SEC Media Days, joined by our friend Jake Hester.
Jake, that's right. That's
I don't
right.
know if you
got
knew this
it.
or not.
That's right.
Jake Hester,
Yes.
ESPN 104.5 with a new co-host.
I
Matt
do.
Flynn. We had him on yesterday.
Yes.
He's doing good.
Hopefully he wasn't too bad.
No, he was fine.
Okay, good. Oh, fine.
His shirt was a little conservative.
He had maroon shoes on.
He did have maroon shoes on.
Did he?
I like
Yeah.
that. I like
Okay.
seeing that.
Which doesn't match with the purple shirt at all, but that's, I mean, you
Yeah,
know.
maybe he was just supporting y'all.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
so.
just state guy. Wait, are you State or are you?
I went to Ole Miss.
Okay,
Yeah,
never mind. Just you.
I can't get rid of
You
them
did
all.
this like you have two of them every day.
Yeah.
You cut the Ole Miss representation
by half.
by 50%.
Yeah. I'm
So-
just kicking them out left and right. All right. We're asking everybody this question. 2025 in the SEC is the season of
Quarterback.
Okay.
Yep, because either good or bad or unknown. It's
Yeah.
a quarterback. The funny thing to me is that the standards of the SEC over the last couple of years, Alabama, Georgia, and Texas, quarterback questions. And I don't care, like Arch Manning is great. I think he's going to be great. It's a question. Even Tennessee and Ole Miss, when you throw them in there, they've been really good. When you look at wins over the last 5 years in the league, they've got quarterback questions. Now, some have better answers, I think, than others, but still, the funny part is South Carolina and Florida and LSU, hell, Vanderbilt, Oklahoma, like we know who their quarterback is. I mean, actually, we feel pretty good about it. Like, Diego Pavia was here yesterday, and I interviewed him. He threw an F-bomb and 2 S-words out there in the first 30 seconds. But you know what? I was like, let's go.
Let it roll.
Because you know what? He got himself fired up talking about his team, and he dropped a let's F and go. And thankfully, it was on my Sirius XM show, not my local show. And I'm like, I will follow you into a fire, and we'll figure out how to put it out.
So is that why they win with him?
I think
because,
so.
I mean, look, he's talented, but he's not the most
No,
talented
I mean,
guy.
yeah, he's not a pro guy. But he's got that, like, just – pardon my French, piss and vinegar. That's what my strength coaches used to call it, where he just got that, I am going to be better than you on this play, and I'm going to will my team to victory. And, look, Vanderbilt's not bad. Like, they got a good running back. They've got a pretty decent reshuffled offensive line through the portal. They've got a good weapon on the outside of receiver. They might have the best tight end in the entire
real good.
League. But it's him. It's him. And Clark Lee is the perfect coach for them. He understands Vanderbilt being a former player. But, yeah, he's got, like, whatever that moxie is, whatever that – if you could bottle it up and sell it, you can name your price. He's got all of that. So, like, those are the teams that have quarterback figured out. And the kind of the last 5 year standards of the SEC, they've got big question marks. And so I think it's highly, like, Lagway and Sellers and Nussmeier and all these guys that are going to be top draft choices when it's their turn. And then it's like, you know, what is Arch? What's John Mateer going to be at Oklahoma? I think he's going to be really, really good. So, yeah, it's a year of the quarterback one way or another.
So then that being said, you know, something people don't know about Pavia maybe is that he is the second leading returning rusher in the SEC. Where are the running backs, Jacob?
You couldn't find them with a search warrant right now. I mean, they're just few and far between. It's crazy. Like, we've all been doing this long enough to remember, like, SEC was run the football, play great defense, and take care of the ball. Mm-hmm. That's what you did. Like, Tennessee had one last year, but, like, even last year, going back to it, like, who was really dynamic? You can go back a couple of years, like, Cody Schrader was great, but, like, who's really dynamic? It's not just this year. And you know this being, somebody that follows Ole Miss. Last year, their inability to run the football was the biggest issue because, think about it, they had leads against Kentucky and LSU and couldn't put the games away in 4-minute offense. Yeah. Lane wants to run the football before he does anything else.
And the guy they had at running back in the Florida loss was a third-string wide receiver that they just gave a shot to that day.
So, like, that offense is – they want to run first. People think fast means passing. It does not. Heupel, Levy, Kiffin, they want to establish the run, and then the passing stuff comes off of that. So if you can't establish it, it's a little troublesome for them. Now, they still made great plays because they had Trey Harris, and I don't know, he was up and down with injuries, but they had Jackson Dart, but the run game wasn't there. And so I think it's a running back problem. I think it's also probably some offensive line is now grown up in this pass protection world where they're elite at pass protection, but they are not maulers. That's just not what they're asked to do anymore.
And sort of along that line, Richard mentioned this a few weeks ago. He's like, we have all these great quarterbacks in the conference. Who are the superstars that aren't quarterbacks in the SEC this year? I said Ryan Williams.
Ryan Williams for sure.
Chris Hilton, maybe.
I don't even know that
I feel like defensively Perkins should be that guy.
For me,
maybe the other Perkins
or maybe
too
Sunter and
could be.
Perkins. but there's just not it feels like there's not a lot of stars right now, but at the same time, we know that when we get to October, there will be stars, and they will start popping up.
And it's actually a great point. I'm sitting here, and I'm, like, racking my brain. There's players that I really love. There's players that I think can maybe be that, like you're saying. But outside of quarterback, it does feel like it's Ryan Williams. I think Singleton at Auburn will be that once SEC fans learn who that is coming over from Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
But those are all, like, I think, or maybes. Like, I think Whit Weeks is that. I mean, I think Whit Weeks is that guy who is like a superstar through personality, through play. I don't know that everybody in the league knows who Whit Weeks is. Maybe it's because I'm too close to the sun,
Yeah.
you know, in that scenario. So to your point, there's just not.
Why is that? Like, what's happened? Because this is
not,
the first time we're having
it's not
this
recruiting.
conversation.
It's not recruiting.
No, it's not recruiting.
We're getting the top players every year.
Look, I think you had a lot of players that played a long time too, and you're kind of reshuffling the deck right now. Like, when's the last time that Missouri played a game that didn't involve Theo Weiss, Luther Burden, or Brady Cook?
Yeah.
2001 is what it felt like. I mean, those guys were there for so
forever,
long.
yeah.
And that's just an example. Like, I think we're in a reset. And you had, like, so many players. Like, I felt like Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. were at LSU. Mason Taylor felt like he was there forever, right? And so, like, we're hitting, like, this reshuffle, and we're kind of in this in-between. And we had some older guys, and now that all those COVID extra years are gone and things are kind of getting back to normal, I think we hit a hard reset on the entire league. And so that's why we don't really necessarily have the household names.
Today we had Auburn in the house, and that's a team that, you know, they want to be in that college football playoff discussion. How close do you think they are?
Not.
Yeah.
I mean, their win total, I think, is at 7.5, and I got them, like, right there at 6 probably. If they get to 7, I don't see them getting to 8. I do feel bad for Jackson Arnold, what he was given last year. I mean, by the end of the year, he was throwing to Uber drivers at Oklahoma. I mean, all the guys that he was counting on got hurt, and it was just, man, one after another. And you looked up, and like, I'm calling the LSU Oklahoma game, and I'm like flipping the chart, and I'm like, who is this guy? This guy's got 30 plays at X receiver, and I'm like, I can't find a note on him. So some of that, but I don't know what Jackson's going to be at Auburn. Look, Hugh Freeze and Brian Harsin have the same exact record after a couple of years. Like,
yeah, and fair or not, they expect championships at Auburn.
They do. I mean, you could argue it might be, and we're all crazy. Every single one of us is crazy in the SEC. They might be the craziest. Like, as far as, like, this is what it has to be. Go out there and do it. Go win games. Be a part of the conversation. Not on the cusp of being in the conversation. Be fully in it. They, like,
oh, no, by the way, your biggest rivals are Alabama and Georgia.
I know.
And you have to play them every year.
Every single year. So I can't get there. I like their running game. And Auburn's going to always have a 220-pound running back. It's just like a bulldozer, and they've got another set of those. I like the offensive line. I thought I loved their front seven until Cole Kubik's like, I don't really know. I'm like, well, if you're saying that, I mean, you're supposed to be pumping sunshine.
Yeah.
Man. I thought I liked it. So the schedule's tricky, too. They've got games against teams like Baylor who, like, maybe some people in the SEC are going to hand-wave that. I'm like, I saw Baylor last year at a bowl game. They were pretty good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, y'all know Sawyer Robinson.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't know that he could get to the level he's at, but he's there. Mm-hmm. Baylor got picked third, in the Big 12, so that's not a roll the helmet out there win game. It's on the road. It's in Waco. So it's games like that I can't get Auburn to, like, 8 or 9 wins.
Then, on the other hand, from today, Tennessee in the college football playoff last year, but some big changes there in the backfield. New quarterback. Dylan Sampson might have been the most underrated player in the conference
Offensive
last
player
year.
of the year.
Nobody talked about him.
Our Kyle Kennard is the defensive player. It's like
nobody talked about him.
Maybe that's why we don't have stars and we don't talk about him enough.
What is Tennessee this year?
8.5 is their win total. They're an 8-4 football team.
Yeah.
I think. I mean, Joey Aguilar, I think he's a gritty quarterback, but his first year at Appalachian State was much better than his second. You traded. I just went completely blank. You trade quarterbacks with UCLA, and they got the better end of the deal, right?
I think so.
I mean, like Joey Aguilar is somebody that comes in. Like, is he going to be your guy? Like, is he really going to lead you to the promised land? They're one of those teams that has the – now, again, like, I know they want to run the football first, and I like that. I like their tight ends, but I just don't know that they're going to get enough from that position.
Yeah, and everybody loved that move, right? Tennessee standing up against NIL and all that stuff.
Iamaleava. I could not think of. I was like,
you went.
Buddy,
I'll go away for a second.
I know DJU was in my mind, and let me just tell y'all, I blacked out.
I'm glad he's in the Big Ten. I don't have to talk about him anymore. I don't have to know how to pronounce his name.
The pronunciation's not it, but I got it. Oof,
I just call him
go Nico.
Just go Nico.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got DJU in my brain and couldn't get it out.
USC hopes that he's like DJU, but I mean Tennessee could have instant buyer's remorse.
They could. They absolutely could.
It's easy to win the offseason.
And they did. And like I was with them, like, yeah, okay, stand up for yourself a little bit. I'm like, oh man, y'all did not get better.
Yeah,
from
a football perspective, that's so great.
And I appreciate it because like he didn't like Josh didn't allow a player to hold him hostage, which I think it's dangerous if you let him. But like now it's like the rest of the football team kind of suffers. They were in a no-win situation, even though it felt like they won at first. And I agree, like I was there with you. But it's like now you look at it, it's like, is that the guy that's going to get you over the hump of where you were a year ago?
20 seconds. LSU, SEC champs, college football playoff, or in trouble?
I've got him as a college football playoff team, 10-2. I'm not saying national champion right now. I know there's some people that have said that. I think Dorian might have even picked that on the SEC network earlier. I think LSU's a good football team. I think they're going to be in the college football playoff. Right now, that's where I have them, and we'll see if they can take that next step.
Jacob